Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Overboard. So we have succeeded in getting Anders on our side. We may have convinced Clarissa to not say anything. Could head down and try talking to Honoria, Lady H, who I think is Honoria Armstrong? I'm not sure. But we can also try talking to Anders and see what his secret is. So let's try that first. I haven't been to the smoking room at all yet. We'll go there eventually. Masterful Commander Anders is at the wheel. Let's go ahead and wave to Anders. Commander. Mrs. Villenzy, come in. The bridge isn't empty. There are a few duty officers about. You're looking vigorous this afternoon, I must say. Oh, the exercise of climbing up the ladder, no doubt. Have you been up here before? Never, I think. The view is quite impressive. Yes, indeed. The upper deck seems a long way down, doesn't it? No one there now, of course. Do you know I was on watch here last night? Oh, yes? That's right. It was a quiet night, light breeze, no fog, relatively good visibility. Mr. Anders, my friend. I feel I've known you a long time. Old souls, I'm told you have a secret. My good looks and charm are no secret, Mrs. Villenzy. There's something I need to know. What could you possibly need to know, Mrs. Villenzy? It's bad then, whatever it is. Whatever you've heard, Mrs. Villenzy, leave it alone, all right? I threatened Anders. Maybe I can help. Not every problem can be just pushed out of the way, Mrs. Villenzy. Oh, wow. Some things you just have to survive. Now, Mrs. Villenzy, I should perhaps return to my duties. Let's watch the seagulls. Watch the horizon. Watch the waves. I want to see if he will come out. Nope. Alright. Alright, let's go to Lady H. Forward cabins are occupied by car stairs on one side and Lady H on the other. Lady H's door. Lady Honoria Armstrong, okay, has a cabin more or less to herself in a separate quarter of the ship. Presumably so no one sees her rolling back drunk to her room. Let's go ahead and knock. Lady H? I think she's asleep. Okay, I'll step away then. Let's go ahead and leave. Let's head back to my room, see if someone has left the note there. Someone has dropped Malcolm's jacket outside the door to my room. I'm not sure where he'd lost it. I take it inside and hang it over a chair. Look in the jacket pockets. What have you got in here? Cabin key, no wallet. Malcolm usually had that here. No incriminating notes. Take Malcolm's key. That's that. Porthole. Look out across the water. Let's go ahead and do something else. Alright, so we got the jacket. Let's see if we can go talk to Clarissa again. Anders appears from around a corner. There you are. We're needed in the restaurant now. Why? Please, I don't want to drag you, but it will look very suspicious if you don't come. Alright. Well, let's see what we've got. Less than 1 hour from Liberty Island. In the restaurant, Lady H, Carstairs, and the Major are soon gathered. Clarissa Turpentine is standing apart, still sniffling. Anders walks me in and steps to one side. Thank you all for coming. I apologize for gathering you all here. It is most unusual. But I believe something unusual has indeed occurred. Mrs. Villenzy, Malcolm Villenzy isn't with you. Tell them, Veronica. He's missing since last night. You told me he was walking about the deck. I didn't say anything because I was hoping he would come back. He's done this before. Both before and after our marriage.
The point is this. Something has become of Mr. Villancy. So what has happened?
He's gone, Veronica. He left you, the only way he could. I saw him fall into the sea. Last night he fell past my window as I looked out. I know you don't want to believe it, Veronica, but it's what I saw. He reached out to me like a ghost. This is in very poor taste. You know. Of course one doesn't like to gossip, but Malcolm Villancy was on the upper deck last night, and he wasn't alone. Clarissa was with him? Clarissa was with him, was she? It must have been Clarissa, taking a moonlit stroll with my husband. No, I was in my cabin waiting. Malcolm was going to visit me. I gave him my key.
You gave a married man your cabin key?
You heard me. But he never came because he threw himself overboard. Or maybe you two met on deck, and you threw him into the sea. No, I would never hurt Malcolm. Unless he dumped you. Because you were some holiday fling to him and nothing more. And you couldn't stand that. No, no, you mustn't believe her.
Think hard now. Was it Miss Turpentine you saw on deck last night, or Lady Armstrong?
It could well have been Clarissa that I saw. And this is terribly ghoulish, but I heard Mr. Villancy going overboard. I heard the splash. Didn't realize what it was then, but now, well, this is awful. This is awful. Enough theatrics, Clarissa. Admit what you did. I rather agree, dear.
Ladies, please. The fact is Mr. Villancy is missing. The evidence we have is all circumstantial. Nothing to justify a firing squad, as my old field marshal used to say. Maybe Clarissa was on deck with Malcolm. The poor girl was in love with him, yes. She invited him to her cabin, but he never came. An affair or infantile infatuation. It does not follow that she killed him. It's my belief that Malcolm Villancy committed suicide by drowning.
Do you really think? What? You can't believe this. I swear it, she was up there with him. She pushed him into the sea rather than let me take him. There, I said it. Malcolm used you, Clarissa. One last fling before the end. Just give up, Veronica. It's too late for you.
Mrs. Villancy?
It was her. She did it. That's a lie.
There's certainly very little evidence against you, miss.
Stop. Aren't you forgetting something?
I don't think so, no.
Not you, Major. Him.
Me, Lady Armstrong?
Stay silent. That's right, Commander. You were up on the bridge last night with your binoculars. You must have seen exactly what happened.
Commander? Was Miss Turpentine on deck last night? Well, Stupidar Major, I was on the bridge, it's true, but we had just sailed through a storm. I was concentrating on the boat. Miss Turpentine may have been on deck, but I just don't know. I didn't see.
I wasn't on deck. I was in my cabin. I told you I saw him fall.
My dear Miss Turpentine, there simply isn't enough to link you to Mr. Villancy's disappearance. Nothing. Therefore, all that remains is this, suicide. My sympathies for your loss, Mrs. Villancy. Allow me to walk you to your cabin, Mrs. Villancy.
Just Miss Amersham now, I think.
This way, please. Alright, bar of the Hotel Partington. How do I avoid being arrested? Nice. You got out of it. I escaped with a nice commander on my arm. I didn't think you'd get out of it.
You could have nailed Clarissa. It was a cinch. I panicked, I think.
I forgive you, my dear. Only next time, please remember.
Suicides don't pay out life insurance. So we're just going to have to try the whole thing again. You're kidding. It's always the fine print, isn't it just? To your next roll, my dear.
Damn it all.
Achievement unlocked, hooked up, and achievement unlocked, escaped justice. A little short change. Starlet Veronica Villenzy was widowed at sea when husband Malcolm threw himself overboard. Police are linking the death to a series of gambling debts accrued by Mr. Villenzy. Mrs. Villenzy is left penniless in America, but has already been seen in the company of a new man, Commander Anders of the British Navy. Watch out, sir, there might be storms ahead. Pictured, Mrs. Villenzy's father was lost on a dolphin hunting expedition near Norway. Freedom? Life insurance? There's probably going to be a third thing that shows up, but we know how to get freedom now. Now we just need to get the life insurance. Sharks in the water. Businessman Malcolm Villenzy is said to be in hot water as debtors begin to circle. Mr. Villenzy is rumored to have lost thousands in a string of poor investments, and big donations to Mosley's fascists haven't helped. Oh, wow. And then there was a curious fire that destroyed the estate, that the insurers would not pay. Look out, Mr. Villenzy, your wife didn't marry you for your looks. Close friends say wife Veronica is absolutely kettle-steaming furious.
We stood together at the rail, Malcolm and I. I told him I could see dolphins playing in the wake of the boat. He leant over to see them.
That's right, dear. Now just a little more.
So I grabbed him by the belt.
I swear he pouted at me. And you're gone.
And I threw him overboard.
Can I get Lady Armstrong to stay quiet? What does Malcolm's key open? And can I get into Clarissa's cabin? What did it unlock? Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Villenzy. Who's there? Steward, ma'am. What do you want? Captain says we put into Liberty Island at 4 p.m. And breakfast is still being served, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, steward. Very good, ma'am. All right, Veronica, 8 hours, then you're free. Let's go ahead and get moving. But there isn't a second to waste. All right, get up onto the upper deck. So we can grab the thing. The deck. What's this? My earring. I must have dropped it last night. Someone might have found that. Okay, so, let's go below. Bridge officer on duty looking back at me. Let's go back to our cabin real fast. So I do need to get Anders on my side still, or is that going to be automatic? The bed. I could scrumple the sheets. That might look suspicious. So we need to figure out a way to frame Clarissa. Let's scrumple the sheets for now. Let's get up. Let's go ahead and leave. Aft cabins. Maybe we can get her to, like, go to the thing with the ransom note. There's sobbing coming from a nearby cabin. Must be Clarissa. Knock on the door. Clarissa, let me in. Have you seen Malcolm? Where is he? What did you see? Do you know where he is? How can she know? How much did she see? Across the hallway, the Major's cabin door opens.
Ah, now. Mem Sahib, is everything quite all right?
What did you hear?
Oh, my hearing isn't so good, you can be sure of that. On account of the guns at the Tigris. Good day to you, Mrs. Villenzy.
Knock on Clarissa's door again. Meet me on the upper deck. It's important. Trust me. Alright, let's go ahead and... I could duck out of sight and then try to go get the key, but I don't have that. Let's duck out of sight for now. She's gone. Let's try the door. Alright, leave. Let's go to my cabin. Nope. Actually, hold on a second. First thing I notice is that someone has pushed a note under my door. Let's pick it up. I snatch the note from the floor. Read it. Some little shit. I like that. Let's go ahead and pocket it. Maybe someone can figure out who wrote this. Perhaps a major. Face the cabin like a tiger. Let's go to the, let's get the tablets. Pocket them. Leave the bedroom. Leave. So the Clarissa will have gone back to her cabin by now. Yep. Let's go to the smoking room. Let's see what we can do down here. The smoking room is a stuffy place tucked into the back of the boat. Malcolm's jacket is hung over the back of one of the chairs. Ah, so that would be a good reason to come down here. So is the Major, shuffling cards and murmuring. Carstairs is here too, quietly smoking. Have either of you spoken to Lady H this fine morning? Why?
She has a nose for information, that woman. And she had a most interesting theory to share with me when I saw her just now.
A theory? What kind of theory?
Lady Armstrong told me this morning that she is quite certain, quite convinced, in fact, that the boat is sinking.
Sinking? Surely not.
Sinking, yes. She told me she's quite sure she heard something fall off the boat. She assumes it was part of the hull, I suppose.
You seem incredibly calm about this.
You may consider me to be a skeptic, yes. I have yet to observe any alarm amongst the senior officers, but who knows? But perhaps they are covering it up. What do you think?
I'm going to ask Anders.
A good idea. He knows, sensible chap.
Malcolm's jacket. My husband's jacket.
I'll have one of the stewards run it back to your cabin.
No, I'll take it.
Nonsense, you can't go wandering around the ship with a man's jacket.
Look in the jacket pockets. What have you got in here? Wallet, cabin key, no incriminating notes. Oh, so someone stole the wallet. Take Malcolm's wallet. I lift Malcolm's wallet from the pocket of the jacket. 400 pounds. That's all our traveling money. Take Malcolm's key. Take the key from Malcolm's pocket. That's that. Little man appears and takes the jacket away. Go ahead and leave. I'll be going now.
Mem Sahib?
Okay. Are we sinking? Anders would know. So we didn't have an opportunity to ask the Major about the note. Saw a tag key on the bridge. Alright, so Anders isn't here. Jump overboard. Go back down. Alright, we don't know where Anders went. We could go to the chapel. Nope. Now go to the restaurant then. Lady H is sitting by herself at one of the tables. May I join you, Lady H? Of course, dear. A drink? Not for me. Well, I'm having one. Steward, you know how I like them. Yes, ma'am. As dirty as it comes, please. Yes, ma'am. What do you make of the commander? Can't ask about the sinking? Lovely Anders. Quite a favorite of mine, but you know, dear, not all that glitters is gold, as they say. Don't trust him. What does that mean? Kind of secret. Give me a hint. Sordid. Thank you so much. I could palm a sleeping pill. Yeah. Under the table, I get a tablet out and hold it ready in my palm. Slip the tablet into her drink. Okay. Have you made this crossing before? Oh, yes. My 4th or 5th time. I can simply never decide where I want to be. The Major says the boat is sinking. What? Oh, yes. I was quite worried about that. But you're not anymore? Well, it doesn't seem to be getting any lower. I'm no sailor. I must have made a mistake. I was up all night worrying all the same. What happened? Well, I was on deck last night, and I heard something. A splash. Something fell off the boat. What sort of thing? I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, but whatever it was big. I heard the splash when it fell. And then Commander Anders up on the bridge, he jumped out onto the ladder and stopped there, frozen, watching whatever it was drifting away. I saw his binoculars flashing in the dark. Are you married? No, not anymore. But I rather liked it when I was. Lady H sniffs and looks away, slip the tablet into her drink. I slip a tablet into her glass. It sinks to the bottom, undissolved, like an old olive. Lady H treats me to a winning smile. You must have been stunning in your youth. What a mean-spirited thing to say. But yes, I was rather a looker. Lady H smiles thinly and digs through her bag. And give the lady's drink a stir. I lean over, but there isn't time to give the lady's drink more than a brief stir. The tablet doesn't dissolve. I wasted it all, of course. You never know what you've got until it's withered away. She returns her attention to me. Do you miss your husband? Powerfully. He was the most gentle of men, quite a flower. She raises a hanky to her eye and dabs. And do you have any children? Do you know, my dear, but I never did. I meant to, but somehow the moment never arose. And then, of course, it was too late. Smiles thinly and digs through her bag. But you'd have liked to have children. Well, I don't know, really. I like the idea of children. The real thing is a bit messy, isn't it? Half of them die when they're small, and the other half belittle you till you die. She puts her handkerchief away and smiles thinly at me. Will you stay in America? This time, I think maybe this time I will. England has too many memories in it now. And quite honestly, too many diseases. Raises a hanky to her eye and dabs. You said England was full of memories. Unhappy ones? And happy ones. But all memories make you sad, don't they? She sniffs and looks away. Maybe I will have that drink. Steward, over here, please. She's turned away, waving her handkerchief for attention. Wait for my drink. I drum my fingers on the tabletop. Lady H raises an eyebrow. I stop. He'll be over in just a moment, dear. Tell me Ender's secret. Just between us. I can't go around giving people secrets out like humbugs, dear. What a way to behave. What if we trade? A secret for a secret, is it? I do like secrets, that's true. I'll tell you something about Miss Turpentine. There's nothing you could tell me about that girl that would be the slightest bit interesting to me. She's too young to be interesting. What do you want? I tell you what, dear. 1,000 pounds. You give me 1,000 pounds and I'll give you Ender's secret. Yours to have and to hold. Ender's secret for 1,000 pounds? You're not serious. Well, if it's too much, dear... If it's too much, never mind, dear. But that's what a man's life is worth. You'll own him, dear, if you want him. I could give you an earring. It's diamond. It's worth much more. You could sell an earring, my dear, but a lady like me doesn't go into a pawn shop. I take cash. I have 400 pounds from my husband's wallet. I'm afraid that's not really enough. These things have a going rate, you see. Here you are, Mrs. Villenzy, straight up with a twist. Lady H takes a sip of her disgusting drink, then frowns. Ahoy there, steward. There's something floating in my drink. Get me another one. Right away. Palm another sleeping pill. Here you are, ma'am. I hope this one is more to your liking. I'm sure it will be. Slip the tablet into my own drink, huh? What do you make of Carstairs? What do you make of Carstairs? Carstairs? Oh, he's a dark horse, that one. You mark my words. Lady Armstrong says Carstairs is a dark horse. He's got a secret? Well, I rather think so. Honestly, my dear, I rather thought it was you. He's having an affair, is he? Normal enough for an unmarried man? Whoever young Carstairs has seen is definitely a secret. Whoever it is, they turn up at his cabin door quite late. Always, and they use a signal. They always knock 9 times. 3 times of 3, always the same. It must be scandalous. Who do you suppose it might be? Assuming it's not you, my money would be on Anders. Do you have any proof of that? No. Anders? I don't think Anders is anyone's pretty boy, Lady H. Oh, you'd be surprised, you know. The beefy-looking ones have the biggest hearts. Just like cows. Cheers. Your very good health. I take a sip and Lady H sips hers. Chin chin. What do you make of the Major? Oh, he's terribly disappointing. You don't like him? No, he's a perfect gentleman, but where's the sport in that? I'll finish my drink and go. I need to be going now. I lift my glass and drain it. Goodbye, Mrs. Villenzy. Nice to talk to you. You're not what I expected. Alright, so that didn't work out quite the way that I hoped. We can go up and talk to Anders. Maybe try to get him to meet with us. We do have the key that would get us into Clarissa's cabin, but Carstairs' secret lover knocks 9 times, or so I'm told. We try that, but we'd want him to be in his room, I think. But that will be it for next time. See you then, everyone.